disseminate into the hearings of those of you that deem it a necessity to be thrusted and literally coerced into God's house tonight, is that for a long time I've been in ministry, and I begin to realize that anytime that God has placed something down on the inside of your belly and your spirit and your heart and your mind and your soul, not everybody is going to want to connect. Not everybody is necessarily going to want to support. There are a few folks wondering why it is that I'm pushing them so hard. They're wondering why it is that I'm beginning to believe God, not necessarily for me in this season, but really for you. And the reason that I find myself taking on this type of attitude and mindset and mentality and psychological discourse in this particular season is because I've been connected to some places, and I've been connected to some things, and the reality of it is nobody helped me. I've been connected to one particular bishop for the past 4 years, and he's never given me a platform. The one time he did allow me to preach, he didn't even have the decency to begin to record the service. And so one of the things I come to understand, Evangelist Jones, is that God has this inept tendency now to begin to work with me from a backward perspective. In other words, he often shows me what not to do before he shows me what to do. So you're wondering why it is I'm walking around the room and I'm making these recordings. You're wondering why it is now that I'm putting you on YouTube without your permission. It's because I see something down on the inside of you, and I knew the way that the enemy sat on me and tried to hide me. I know what it is for folks that you're living right in a house with them, and they're intimidated about you. They can't stand the dirt. They only choose to tolerate you. And so one of the things I want to begin to do to every son, to every man, to every woman, to every boy, and to every girl in this house is I want to give you exposure. I want you to become the best you that you can become. I don't want anything to hinder you. The great God, if it doesn't walk like God, act like God, talk like God, look like God, I want you to cancel it immediately in the name of Jesus. I believe if I was to live for a topic to release fervently into this atmosphere, and I want you to hear me well, because this isn't the kind of message that would make you jump, make you scream, and make you go hallelujah. It is something really simple that God has placed in my spirit. On Thursday I was deep in prayer, and I began to see God's face concerning this service, because you know, every time we come, we should be able to eat bread and to sup at his table, and as a servant I want to serve. I want to begin to release something into your hearing. I simply want to say to you and suggest to you tonight that God has a plan and that he has a purpose for your life, and the Lord tell me to tell you tonight, write the vision. Write the vision. Nothing deep, nothing complicated, nothing to frustrate you, nothing that would make you get up out of your seat and leap. But if you was to